Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Archie's Briefings. I'm your host, Arshel Branch, and today, you guys, we are going to talk Inauguration Day. Oh my goodness, it's been a long wait. We've waited, if you're America First, we've waited 4 years for this. I think that if you are a Democrat, you've waited quite some time for this because it's obvious that a lot of Democrats voted for President Trump this time around. He won in a landslide. We've been waiting for this day. January 20th could not have come soon enough, and it fell on Martin Luther King Day, which was just even better. I mean, the timing of this was just perfection. I loved the speech. We're going to talk about the speech today as well, and I'm going to show you guys some of my favorite clips. Really, today it's about the speeches and what we should be looking forward to with America First in these coming weeks, because he did say that there was going to be some things that he gets done, as well as these next few years and what that means for the United States. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Before we do that, I want you guys to take the time to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so that way you never miss an episode. And let's go for it, guys. Let's talk about the inauguration, shall we?
There is something that has been on my heart that I did want to discuss. Discipline is a huge part of being productive, being lucrative. I'm not for anything that goes against true productivity, true sovereignty of the individual. The choices that we make are what's going to be up for judgment.
Okay, you guys. So as I said in the open, we are going to talk about the inauguration. We're going to talk about the speech that he gave today, some of my favorite parts of that speech, and what we could be looking forward to moving forward under the America First mandate, which is clear that that's what the American people voted for. Because what does it really mean to put America first, right? We want to be safe. We want our economy to be prosperous. We don't want to be involved in other people's wars, all of which he addressed in the speech. I thought it was very unifying. I thought he didn't cause any problems. I do wish he was a little bit more forceful. I won't lie. Kind of wish there was more oomph to it. The words were everything, and we are going to show some of those clips today. But I will tell you, when I saw JD Vance and President Trump take the oaths, I was so excited. It was like, oh yes, that means Kamala Harris. Bye, woman. It is over. It's time for you to go. And then Trump takes the oath, and it was like, yes, it is so over. We can get rid of Joe Biden. This slow man could just go. He can retire because obviously he pardoned himself and the whole family. Not himself, but his whole family. So obviously we're not going to see any justice on that front. But now it's time for him to go, right? I'm so excited that it's over with them. It is just over. And so what does that mean when you see President Trump take the floor and he gives his speech? I was so excited about the things that he was saying for a couple of reasons. I'm going to play you guys the first part. That was one of my favorite parts of this speech, because I did say I just need him to kind of let these people know that we're over them, that we can't stand it. And so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to run that part of the speech first. You guys, obviously, if you're watching this channel, you've watched the speech, but I'm going to play that part because it is one of my favorite parts. Let's go ahead. Let's run that and I'll give you guys my take on it. Shall we?
President Clinton, President Bush,
this is it here,
President Obama, President Biden, Vice President Harris, and my fellow citizens. The golden age of America begins right now.
Yeah! I'm so happy.
From this day forward, our country will flourish and be respected again all over the world. We will be the envy of every nation, and we will not allow ourselves to be taken advantage of any longer. During every single day of the Trump administration, I will very simply put America first.
That's everything for me. Simply, to all of you failing past presidents. I love that part. Why? Because he was putting the blame where it belongs, right? I mean, obviously he was introducing JD Vance, talking to them, obviously addressing them as well. But one of the reasons why I love that he addressed Bill Clinton, the Bush, Obama, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, like why I loved that part specifically. I don't know if he intended for that or if I'm just reading too much into it. It's possible that I'm just reading too much into that part, but why I loved it so much, you were the failures of this country. We're getting ourselves into wars we have no business being in. You're sowing division among the races in this country. You're putting Americans last, and that takes us from Bill Clinton all the way up to Joe Biden. In my personal opinion, President Trump by far is the best president this country has seen since the late 90s, and obviously throughout the entirety of the 21st century that we've seen so far. It's only 2025. We're heading into the second term for Trump, so it could get better. right? We could have other great presidents later down the line, but why I think Trump is the best president we've seen in the 21st century. Why I love that part so much. It's because for years now, obviously, we've been putting Americans into confrontations that we've got no business being in, that up to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, we've been last, right? And Biden decides to go out that way. Hella corrupt, excuse my French, but entirely corrupt, pardoning people who've created division from the January 6th committee, allowing these illegals to come in, sending billions of tax dollars overseas to Ukraine, to Israel, without any kind of notice of when these wars were going to end. Inflation is ridiculous, and it's like, what are we doing here? And Americans have obviously are sick and tired of this. Democrats, independents, Republicans alike, young people, old people, blacks, whites, it didn't matter, right? He won in a landslide across the board. He brought in numbers that the Democrats still to this day don't even understand why they lost so humiliating. Why that loss was so humiliating for them, because they still don't know, right? They're still talking about the woke stuff, the DEI stuff, and they don't realize that part of the reason, if not the entirety of the reasons for why they lost, is because they were focused on absolute nonsense while Americans are dying, Americans are losing their homes, Americans are feeling hopeless, useless, because we're talking about being replaced by by people who have absolutely no rights to be here. I mean, this is just getting ridiculous. And somehow it's controversial to want to put Americans first so that way we're not the ones suffering. And I love that part. Yeah, Bush, Obama, Clinton, Biden, this far, it's over. We're not doing this anymore.
The line must be drawn here. This far, no farther.
And it just doesn't make any sense to the common sense thinking people. Why is it that it's such a big deal that we want to put our people first, right? And that's why I loved it. The golden age of America is going to come back, that we will no longer be taken advantage of. And why I love that part, it's because, yeah, it's all of you. Why this has been the case under Clinton, under Bush, under Joe Biden, under Obama. We've been taken for granted. The American people are suffering. And I love that he's willing to tax other people, tax other countries, put tariffs on other countries to enrich our country. He does go into that in the speech, which I absolutely loved. It was kind of surprising to hear him talk about the External Revenue Services. So I'm going to play that clip next, and then we can move on to the next thing that we're going to talk about today. But let's start with that clip, and then I'll give you my take on that part. Let's go ahead and let's run that, shall we?
I will immediately begin the overhaul of our trade system to protect American workers and families. Instead of taxing our citizens to enrich other countries, we will tariff and tax foreign countries to enrich our citizens.
So thank you. Thank you. Fascinating. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. I'm going to leave it there because really, you guys, if you're watching this channel, then clearly you're Trump supporters, you're America first. And really, it's about being a supporter of the mandate of America first. Not just about being a Trump supporter anymore, right? I think we've gotten to that conclusion. It's not about loving the guy himself. It's about loving the country. It's about loving the ideas of America first. And somehow these are controversial things to say, and it really shouldn't be, wanting to make sure that the citizens are doing well. So he's going to bring forward the External Revenue Services. He does go into that in that rest of that line, but why it was so important, why I was so excited when he said it, I couldn't even believe it. It's like, okay, wait a minute. The ERS, is that what's happening? So we're going to tax other people, and that's going to help with the American economy. That's going to bring money into this. That could help with the debt. Obviously, you guys know I have a big issue with the debt system because obviously our numbers are still getting higher. We're heading into the $36 trillion now. And so bringing in the revenue to help bring down that debt is going to be incredible. So these are people who actually are common sense. Okay. And he does go into that into the speech. I'm not going to play any more clips of the speech. Obviously, you guys have seen it. We're waiting for the inaugural ball. That's what I'm waiting for. Very excited about that. I am so excited about these next couple of years, not just these next couple coming of weeks, which we are going to talk about, but why I'm so excited about this administration. Let's call a spade. The fact that Democrats, even as the inauguration was going on, were so preoccupied with race. And it's read the room, look at the day we're in. It's Martin Luther King Day. In the most famous speech that he gave, it's not about color, it's about your character. For this to have even been a concern. Right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play that of, Gail from, I believe she's, is she ABC, NBC? Y'all get in the comments. Let me know. Cause I honestly, I don't know. We'll see it here. I'm going to play that clip and some reactions to that because, oh my goodness, let's just go ahead. Let's run that. next, shall we? Okay, guys, so this is on Piers Morgan, and I'm gonna let it rock, and then we can go from there, shall we?
You guys, I have to say, I'm looking at this crowd. I do not see many people of color. Does anybody else besides me observe that? I'm fascinated by why that is.
On Martin Luther King Jr. Day, the most notable and one of the most high-ranking is Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, first Black woman to serve on the U.S. Supreme Court, notably appointed by Joe Biden
might know him in the back, yo.
Wanted to follow in the footsteps of Jimmy Carter and appointing a number of women and Black women to the federal judgeships.
Okay, so I'm not. That's you're worried about.
You know, but as I watched that clip, all I was thinking at the time was right there is a massive problem for the Democrats, where the only thought was how do we create some kind of race storm here? Even though there were a lot of people who were not white in that audience, by the way. Somebody tweeted a whole list of names of people from all ethnicities. But putting that aside, anyway, it shouldn't matter. That shouldn't be what your focus is on as you look at an inauguration. Should it? I mean, these are laws.
Right. So, okay, right. Let's leave it there. Right. You're focused on race. And I did see a couple, there was a black pastor. You saw Hakeem Jeffries, who is a congressman. Obviously, you have Ketanji Jackson, who's a Supreme Court justice. So, Clarence Thomas is there as well. Remember, he's also a justice. So let's stop pretending there aren't black folk in that room, okay? And would you have even said that if they were outside? Come on. I don't see that many black folk in the room. Like, really? That's your concern? So you're just going to completely ignore the reasons for why you actually lost this election. It's because of nonsense like that. Look at what your priorities are, okay? And that's why I loved the speech. Okay, it's time to bring back common sense. It's time to get over these, color and gender and religion. I don't care your religion. I don't care your race. I don't care your gender. If you're right for the job, then you get the job. This is about being merit-based, okay? That's what the excellence that he's trying to push forward in this new era of MAGA, right? That this is about making sure that we promote excellence, merit, hard work, the values of what it is to be a conservative, what it means to be Christian. This is a Christian country. This is what it means to be American, that we work hard. We strive for perfection, okay? We don't try to substitute what really matters for color or gender. And these are some of the nonsensical things that people are pushing forward. And it's like, what are we doing here? That's not what it means to be American, okay? So we're coming in last because we're focusing on things that are irrelevant. We're focusing and prioritizing things that have absolutely nothing to do with bettering ourselves, bettering our country. We're being taken advantage of. And then Orange Man says, America first, make America great again. And we've got problems with that. I mean, this is ridiculous. The woke are absolutely ridiculous. They clearly don't know that we slaughtered their fake gods. It's about time. And I don't even understand why this was a priority. And I completely agree with Piers Morgan. Now, you can go watch that episode and you could see some of the other reactions on that. I am looking forward to some of the other reactions. We'll see that throughout the week. So this is kind of fascinating to me that it's finally here. America First mandate is ready to move forward. It's taken us quite a bit of time to get here. We've had to suck up a lot of things. And that obviously was not easy for us. I am so thrilled that we saw Joe Biden, Kamala Harris go about their day, go about their way. They are no longer a part of this. I was so excited to see them just gone. That Trump is back, that the mandate that the people voted for, it is just undeniable. We are unison. We are agreed that we don't want to be replaced by immigrants, that we don't want to prioritize the wokeness, because obviously it's because of the woke and the DEI why California is on fire the way that it is, okay? That we are tired of being forced and thrusted into wars that's got nothing to do with strengthening our position, right? And we're just sick and tired of it. And I'm just sick and tired of it. And I'm tired of having debates with people on the left, tired of having debates with the black woke. I'm just like, listen, I try to bring you along for the ride. I don't care to debate you anymore. You can benefit like the rest of us because you're American. And, you're welcome when your gas prices go down. Because, I've been waiting for that. You understand, okay? I've been waiting for the day gas prices went back to $1 and change, okay? The second that, I've been waiting 4 years for this. Because I said when Joe Biden won, right? And when your gas prices go up, when your food prices go up, when you find that we are involved in wars that we've got no business being in, don't say you weren't warned, okay? Don't say you weren't warned. When you are America last, okay? I looked at that man's agenda. This says potential war. This says high gas prices, high food prices. Like, don't be surprised. And then when it happened, everybody's surprised. Oh my goodness, things are so expensive. Things are so expensive. And I won't say I told you so, but I told you so, right? I mean, that's what podcasting is for. I won't say it to your face. I'll say it in my podcast. I told you so. And now Trump's back in, and I can't wait for cheaper gas prices, yo. I can't wait. I was going to understand. I can't wait because when they see them prices go down. And you voted for Kamala Harris, right? I can't wait. I'm so excited because America First means affordability again, okay? America First means that we don't get involved in regime change wars. America First means a better economy and smarter Americans, okay? Prioritizing merit over wokeness. America first, America first, America first. Now that takes us to what I expect to see in the next coming of days. TikTok is back. Censorship seems to be on its way out, which is a big deal, obviously. And so, you know, look at the hostages and the ceasefire with Israel and Gaza. Things seem to be correcting itself. And I don't think that that's a big surprise considering all of these things were decided just as we were leading into the inauguration. And nobody should be surprised at that.
Coincidence? I think not.
Oh my goodness. America First is back. We're here. We're ready to go to war if that's what it comes down to. We're coming for all of you who didn't get pardoned. Please look after your illegals. Okay. I really want you to do that. I really want you to protect people who are not the American people because we're coming for you. Okay. It's going down. Okay. Very excited. I really want you to be a problem for America First, just so we've got reason to come for you. Okay. I really want that. I have been waiting for this moment, waiting for this day, waiting for America First to reclaim its position as the better ideas. Okay. We've been arguing about this for a while now. Okay. So if you are a conservative and you are America First, then you've been waiting. If you're a Democrat who just got on board with these ideas, awesome to have you. But if you're a Democrat who is not prepared for the America First agenda, that you're someone who voted for Kamala Harris, you know, you're welcome when your gas prices go down. You're welcome when you don't got to worry about illegals. You're welcome when money is allocated to your pockets and not the pockets of the Ukrainians and the Israelis. You're welcome when your life gets more affordable. You're welcome. We won't get the thank you, guys. We won't. And that's okay. That's okay. Because, hey, my president's in there. My God is winning. Jesus is winning. And his truth is, you know, his truth marches on. That was the Battle of the Helm Republic. I love that they sang it. I was so excited. I was singing along. Just a great day, you guys. Very great day. Very excited moving forward. You know, TikTok is back. I might go out there and get a TikTok because my people keep telling me that this is a good thing for business. So who knows? I might go out there and get one. And with Trump in the office, you know, that's something. There's obviously some concerns that we have. You guys know how I feel about Elon Musk and how I feel about the technocracy that seems to be getting close to his presidency. So we are going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the pardons this week as well. So there's a lot that's going to be coming forward that we're going to talk about this week. I'm very excited about that. But let's keep on the positive today. Trump is back. America First is leading. Obviously, it was a major sweep at the election. So I'm very much looking forward and excited to see what we do moving forward. Get in the comments and let me know how you felt when the oaths were taken. I was thrilled. I was excited. I was yelling at the screen. I was just really excited about today. So get in the comments and let me know what you think. Looking forward to the inaugural ball. Okay. Looking forward to that. Definitely. I'm so excited, guys. I'm just so happy. So excited. Today's a good day. It's a good day. It's a very good day. You know, I can't stop smiling. Big cheeses, you know, big cheeses, right? Red lip, blue shirt, white, you know, blue and white, you know, red, white, blue. That's what we believe when you're America First. That's what we're about, right? It's not about being Republican or Democrat. It's about loving America. It's about loving Christ. It's about wanting to push forward in truth, justice, and the American way. So you get in the comments and let me know what you thought about today. And I'm excited to see how we move forward. It's going to be a fun year. It's going to be a fun year. It's going to be a fun couple of years. I'm really excited to see how we move forward as America First. Thank you all for watching. God bless. Congratulations, Americans. Congratulations. Let me say that first. Congratulations to us all because this is going to be an amazing time. Very excited. Okay. God bless. Kepler. Have a good night.